I've always said and maintained that the rock bait of any successful talent or development as well as activation on the grassroots level, it's about taking care of young ones in that particular space. Welcome to another edition of Biggie on Sport. In today's episode, we are focusing and discussing in great length the development within football, especially on the grassroots level, as well as activation of football on the grassroots level. To help us through, discuss all that, I'm joined here on this platform by my guest, that is Diteboho Marumo. Welcome to Biggie on Sport.
Thank you, sir, for this opportunity.
Yeah, before we get into the nitty-gritties or cutting it to the chase, let's share with the viewers who is the Diteboho Marumo. I see here it's Diteboho /Lampard. Yeah, you'll tell us more about where does Lampard come from, but I guess the name is associated with one of former Chelsea players. But who is Diteboho Marumo?
Diteboho Marumo is a boy from Pimville, who started playing at the park, playing challenges every day. So that's where the love of football started. Yeah, so I attended my primary school at Sebedisano Primary School. Further went to Tabajabula. That's where I completed my high school. Yes. Then after I was enrolled with UNISA. I was doing forensic investigation. Yes. Then after I think that's why I started maybe engaging or maybe trying to be more involved in football. Then I started my courses, KFB, then I further went to KFC, which is I'm still sitting there, and I'm still willing to go to KFB and A and pro license, and maybe one day grow my team if South African football they don't see or identify a talent, a talented coach.
The love of football, how did it come about, you developing the love for football? Were you perhaps inspired by someone that you were looking up to? It's something that, because I know many young boys in the township, there isn't any young boy who would say that he has never kicked any ball on the dusty streets where we reside and stuff like that. What inspired you to get into football?
There's a club called Boys and Girls Club in our street. So every young children, they used to go there to participate in any sports code. Your rugby, your tennis, debate, indigenous games. So while we are still waiting, obviously, as Samachita, Silali one part, and that's why I saw and I can be a good player. So we spoke to one of the coaches, Paps, Coach Daycare. So he started a team called Chelsea. So Chelsea, we were playing tournaments. So almost those tournaments we won them. But it was a challenge for us to be maybe to participate in a structured association. But then the team died. Then I further went to Logos. Logos FC, that's where I started playing as a right back, going up and down, not knowing what I was doing. But I was that good, going up and down, giving assists to strikers.
What position were you playing at that time and at what age?
Then when we were still playing, I was playing everywhere. I can say number 10.
Wow.
But after joining Logos FC, that's where I was playing as a right back or center back because of the leadership from the back, always motivating players and giving them a motivation to go and let's win this because of I'm a very competitive guy. And that has transformed to even a coach. As a coach,
you're very resourceful, and that's what many teams wants in today's world of football. Players who are so resourceful, in fact, who can, and also versatile, how to use the word versatile, who can also play in every role that the coaches requires them to play. Did you have any aspirations of perhaps moving up the ladder and see yourself perhaps applying your trade into the elite league, be it the Motsepe Foundation Championship or the PSL itself, which is now called Betway Premiership?
Yeah, that was intention for any young boy out there. They all want to be professional. Indeed. They all want to carry their surname. Yeah.
So for you, what interrupted you, perhaps?
At the age of 16, I was playing a regional league. Okay. I was playing for Pimville youngsters. Okay. They used to train at UJ Crowns. So we were competing there, and fortunately, Untati, the owner of the team, I don't know what was he, Bafana. Okay. So he promised for me to join his team. He promised me, "Boy, can you please come here so that I can watch you closely, watch your training? Then I will give you a chance to go and maybe get your one cap." But I didn't get that.
Never happened.
Yeah, it never happened. But I kept on trying, you know, working. But what stopped me then is the injury. The injury. They say it's a muscle tear. I was playing in one of the tournaments, and I just, after I wanted to take off. Okay. But so my muscle just snapped. Yeah. Okay. So since then it was a challenge. I never recovered. Even now, when I'm trying to run as fast as I can, it still restricts me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on and talk about your coaching career. And obviously you ventured into coaching. Yes. Very interestingly so. You mentioned that you have few coaching licenses that you have attained. Yeah, let's talk us through that.
Coaching started after this injury. I remember I was still playing at, I went to Pimville Youngsters. So after Pimville Youngsters, I then went back to Logos FC because of game time. And the coach then didn't believe in youngsters. Then I went back to Logos FC. Then when I got there, obviously coaches then, they were busy or committed in their daily work. So I could train Amachita, then Amachita, Tolesi, trainer, and the team started to do well then. So I used to use my phone. Mas Logos gym, I take the clips, photos, then later after training, send it to a groupie. So maybe sometimes a connection touches card, ingena ngabo 12. And by then, then coach said to me, "Can you please maybe go to individually, send a picture individually?" Okay. So instead of going to individually, I approached the senior players and said to them, "Mamanesh, Prachabu, how about maybe we create a team photo for Logos FC?" I thought he will take it to Coach Mtawana, but he didn't do that. But after Coach Mtawana find out about that, then that's why he chased me to the team. Then I went to Soweto United. Okay. Then I promoted that team. We were playing LFA. We promoted them on that season. We went to regional league. I only played, I think it was 10 games. But I could see even my injury, it restricted because I became now a striker, a holding striker. When the ball comes, I just protect the ball and lay it back, and they strike from the range. Or maybe take those decoy runs just to shift. I'm a defender.
The tension of
the tension. But then coach came, the new coach when he came, he didn't like that. He wanted to work with youngsters. Okay. Then I started to do my D license at SUSSA. Okay. I coached to Coach Bennett. Then he enrolled me. I paid and I went there every Saturday, Sunday. I used to go to Bidori, come back until I completed
attending classes.
Yeah, attending classes then. Then after that's where I left SUSSA because of what game time, and I was in a way they were no longer using me in any part. Maybe motivating or coaching, then that's where I said, okay, can I go to Premier Impala? Now Premier Impala is a Kasi team that won I think it was 2015, they won Discovery. It's a big team, Gas. So I went there because of they were just got relegated from regional league to LFA. So first season, I went there while I'm still doing my KFC licenses.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was coaching and doing the KFC license. Then after I got my KFC license, that's why they appointed me as a head coach. After I think it was 3 losses consecutive. Then the owner, Brasello, then he came to me and said, Chance, how can we lose the games or not have a coach that is here every day? Can I take this guy and give him opportunity? Then I was very delighted for the opportunity and I grabbed it with both hands. I believe first game we won 7-1. Second game I won 5-2. Maybe I won 5 games in a row after those defeats. Then that's where they saw, coach, you pay something.
Yeah.
Then yeah.
The rest is history.
The rest is history.
The rest is history. Yeah. I want us to, when we come back, I want us to actually look at coaching development on the grassroots level, because most of them, they do actually attend these courses, but we never saw them making it big in various stages of football. You're watching Biggie on Sport. We're talking here about football development and activation. My guest here, it is Diteboho Marumo, and we're talking here about football, coming all the way from Pimville. He's sharing with us here a lot of things in as far as football development is concerned, especially on the grassroots level. Marumo, this name raises eyebrows. Marumo. Yes, any relation to Simba?
No.
No relation to Simba?
No relation, but
the stature and the height reflects that of the former Bafana striker, Simba Marumo.
The family, the Marumo family is a very big family. Yeah, we have some family from Free State and Bloemfontein that I don't know. Yeah, so I cannot say we are related or not, because the family is broad.
It's Bonfanana.
Yes.
As they say.
Yes, they say.
Why are many people who are attending these courses, your D license, your CAF D license, your CAF C license, they attain them, they train them, but we never saw them making it big, be it in the first league or be it in the Motsepe Foundation, be it in the PSL? Why is SAFA not making maybe a rule that these coaches, after they've attained their accolades or qualifications, they need perhaps to become understudy, be roped into certain teams, so that you guys, because I guess what we're doing there is most is theory than practical. So why is SAFA maybe not making a ruling that you guys be roped in different teams, just become understudy and attain that experience?
Okay, maybe before I can answer for SAFA, I can start with individual.
Okay.
As individuals, we love coaching, but going to attain these qualifications, most of the time it becomes a challenge.
Okay.
Then that's where I believe SAFA can come in and say,
what are the challenges?
What are the challenges? It might be finance,
Because I guess it's about 13,000, am I correct?
Yes.
13,000 certificate.
KEF D, it's almost 2,000 to 3,000.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but it depends with the region.
Okay.
Yeah, Ekurhuleni, they will say this money, Etswane, Johannesburg.
Go ahead.
Then, at first I asked, okay, coaches, why SAFA doesn't subsidize coaches? Because of most of them, they are not working. Then they say, at first they used to do that. But coaches, when, maybe let's say, Magubanzima, when like how Magubanzima, Guma course, that's where our coach buys and they don't finish their courses. Then by Hamba, SAFA ya lose. So they said, okay, we want to see serious coaches. You pay and you transport yourself. Then maybe at the later stage, your BOA, that's where SAFA can subsidize. Yes, but here I think during your KEF B and C, that's where the challenges are. So coaches have to be serious. I believe that that's what I saw from my cast.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you need to apply a principle that says no investment, no commitment.
You see,
yeah.
So we just
invest
have to,
and commit.
Yeah, we just have to be committed and serious and be serious. Yeah.
Yeah, moving on with this conversation, which is very much interesting. Now you are a coach, obviously. It seems in Soweto, things seems to be happening more in Soweto than in other regions. Soweto has become the fountainhead of many sporting codes and of many developing sporting codes and producing talent as well. Yeah, and especially Pimville. Pimville seems to have gone to produce star-studded players. Just share with us some of the key players that we can take note of who are coming from that part of the world. Yeah.
We had Kumalo,
who
used to be a player for Kaizer Chiefs. We have Ntlakanepo, Matrax. I forgot the surname. Yeah. We had there are a lot, but now it seems as if like I forgot. Yeah, but we have several. I think the structure around SAFA Soweto, and the management, they are doing their best to
management of the teams or management of the administration.
Of the administration. Yeah,
of the body.
Yeah, we're talking about Ndate Fili Mukhodi and Ndate Peter Tunzani. So they are doing their best to bring sponsors and bring licenses. Which at least abo coach bazama knowledgeable. So I think that's what brings that. And again, even the competition. The competition of teams. Because I think we have 5 and my team will be the 6th team.
Wow.
Yeah. In the same area. So competition is high. And let's say maybe we are playing against one of the team, we know it's a real derby. And that attracts scouts and maybe scouts in a way.
Looking at the record of your club, they seems to be doing well. I'm talking here about Pimville Football Club. You beat Heinz 5-0 lately, and the win means that you guys, in fact, are edging closer to another level in terms of football. Tell us more on that.
We lost the first game of the season, 2-1. Well, I was not happy at all, but happy with the performance. Remember the performance.
The coaches like to say that we have lost the game, but I'm glad with the performance of the players because it seems we're going.
We created, I think, 30 chances, but we only managed to score 1. And after that game, that's what we said, guys, let's just identify our challenges because we just had a very good pre-season games and we were playing well, applying, but now what went wrong? Then we said, they gave us recommendations, and during, I think that week, that's when we started doing more of shooting from range, coming with technical or tactics in a way on how to score as a team. So I believe it worked because we've managed to score 5 goals, even though on that day we managed to create 50 chances. So we scored. At least we scored. So the mandate is simple for Pimville FC this season. We want to win the league. We want to compete in regional league next season, which is we target 10 games. Then after 10 games, we repeat, we focus on the remaining games. So for now, out of these 10, we left with 7 because today we are playing at Nike half past
Nike Sports Center.
Nike Sports Center. So after that game, we'll be left with 7, meaning we have a pressure now to win all these remaining games for us to stand a chance to be champions.
Talking about Nike Sports Center, actually, this evokes something in my mind. One of the biggest teams, Real Madrid, was in South Africa a few weeks ago, if not last month, to launch a partnership with a few schools in Cape Town. Do you think it's important for such teams to try and also plow back to communities, especially on football, on the grassroots level?
I can say yes and no. Yes, because of SAFA doesn't support our local teams, so we struggle, and we want to expose these players to play at the highest level. But if the good part of it is Real Madrid coming, meaning they will be able to identify this talent from South Africa. So it's no longer going to be a burden for SAFA to actually try to do what. But South Africa because of SAFA, some members they are there, but they are not there.
But it defeats the purpose of SAFA. Why SAFA should be there, whereas we depend on other people from abroad to come and rescue the situation, whereas a structure that has been formed to do that is unable to do that.
Yeah, it's because of political things. And as a coach, I don't have to indulge more on political. I have to focus more on coaching. So, but even though that political, they do affect us, but we don't have to focus on those challenges by SAFA. Yeah.
Still on that, players in the townships, they find it, especially talented players, they find it difficult to get a break or breakthrough within top flight football. What are the challenges facing these young kids? Unless he is lucky enough to know Marumo or to know Chris or Biggie, Biggie will be able maybe to pull them by the hand and say, let's talk to someone so that you can be given a platform to showcase your talent and stuff like that. Why is that? Because from township to township, young boys who are talented, they find it difficult to get a break into top flight football.
Number one, it's corruption. Number two, it's people are scared to lose their work. You give Coach Marumo a chance to play with you, and he's going there to defeat you.
Can we break them blow by blow? I want you to give us a blow by blow account. Corruption.
Okay. Corruption for Pimville to go and play against Kaizer Chiefs, I have to pay something. I have to do something that maybe it's not within the principles of Coach Diteboho. But because of these boys, I want them to go and play there. I will have to do that. You know, I was talking to Coach Mkolisi. Sorry to call him by name. And Coach Mkolisi, yeah, is coaching Orlando Pirates. He's one guy that he has principles. I was talking to him, I think, on Thursday. I wanted a space, but he said, no, my boy. What I'm doing here, I'm running a project and I'm saving community. A player who deserves to come and play here, they come. So I will give you a chance to come and play with my team. And if you deserve to go and participate, go Pirates Cup, you will. So we need such opportunities. Why all these organizations, they are not doing that? Instead, you have to take the man that you don't have and bribe for your team to go and play there. Yeah. We write letters. I think last year I wrote almost every team around the Gauteng region. I wrote letters requesting friendlies. I have talented players. This team that you are seeing now, the oldest guy is 21. The rest is 1916, but they are playing at the first team. So you can ask, they are competing against 27 to 30-year-old players, but they are doing their best. So that's how talented these guys they are. Because of Pimville, we have maybe half of Pimville players, and the rest they come from different provinces because of it's an academy where we develop and expose players.
Talking about corruption, there are allegations that fathers or parents who are financially well off, they go out of their way in order to bribe certain team managers, if not coaches, to have their sons given trials, and they go on to pass those trials. And this actually points back to the substandard of football that we have, especially in the elite football, PSL and the Motsepe Foundation Championship. Would you give credence to such allegations? They say the standard has dropped because football has been commercialized, has been monetized. Chris has got money, and Chris will park his big SUV there, speak to the coach, hand over a brown envelope, and yet this boy that has been brought there is not even talented or closer to can be able to kick a ball, but he will be able to move on and be signed by a big team. Hence, they say the standard of football is questionable. Any credence to that?
Yes, that's true. Because the standard of our PSL
It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
Because we have one team that is dominating. You can check, if you can audit the squad of each and every team that plays there, your research will, numbers don't lie. And out there, if you can check why now we have so many Kasi tournaments, and if you go there, you can identify talent. If you go there, you can identify talent. And the talent is there. Utola maybe unalentwani do click down. Udlala bolo ka talotu. But it's good. But if you ask a coach, okay, coach Banbani from Kaizer Chiefs or coach Banban from whatever team, I was auto reject. So I get orphanage. Yeah, I'm at work here. So it's difficult. That's why I said, okay, I have to, in my organization, that's why I said I have to strengthen the pillar of marketing. I should market these players myself, And if I market them, I post on Facebook, Twitter, any social media platform, then they get exposed. And even if I have to pay for those or boost, I will do that because it's so difficult for these players to go and play for big teams at this. Unless if Bonaba, okay, we need a right back, and by chance maybe they invite your team. They only invite your team if they want something. But to give these players motivation, it's a motivation on itself. Ukambodlana Chiefs, ukambodlana SuperSport, Pirates, Sundowns. It's a motivation. Even if you're not going to take anyone, but you motivate these guys to go and wake up every day to go to training and do what they love. Yeah.
I see now SAFA has gone back in establishing different divisions. You're under 15, you're under 20, etc. They are now playing in COSAFA and stuff like that. Are you happy, perhaps, you as Mr. Marumo, about the criteria applied in the selection of these players? Because most of them obviously are known players, and you find that other townships players have been neglected, have been left out. And if you look at, as you just spoke about, statistics or research, you find that these are the players who have been identified who are attending school in suburbians and so forth. And then while schools from the township are not, players are not roped into these competitions.
Because of, at first, I can say I'm happy because of it's there. But if you can go deep, Kasi players are being neglected. They are not given that chance.
Exactly.
So that's where maybe we are the disadvantage of it. Because again, if you are a coach, you coach in Bafana, there's a mandate. You cannot go to a Kasi and say, outing Tatum Fanalo, then Zoom need a chance.
Why is it that? Why is that happening? Are they avoiding taking personal responsibility of this young man? Because we know most of them, they come, the backgrounds that they're coming from, in terms of their family backgrounds and so forth. And obviously, as a coach, you get players who say, coach, angna maletics, coach, angdanga, coach, angna makoks. You get that more often. Yes. I know, because you guys, you become coaches and fathers, at the same time. You see.
So the question, it goes back to the intention or objectives of SAFA in terms of grassroots or development. Are you developing or are you looking for results? So if they're going for results, then obviously these 2 minutes or obviously you will want to select best players and neglect those talented ones at Gas. But if it's all about development, you will give everyone a chance to come and display or to showcase their talent.
Are we heading somewhere with this kind of attitude in as far as our football federation is concerned?
No, we're not going anywhere. With my observation, why am I saying that? I should speak for myself. I know that I'm very talented. I'm a talented coach. Why am I saying that? Since I enrolled my team in SAFA Soweto, my team has become a talk of the town.
Household names.
Yeah. So we won more games. I've breaked a record. In 3 seasons, I promoted 2 teams. Now I'm going to promote my team. Why? Because I can see that I'm talented. I just need, or I'm just waiting for opportunity. And again, saying I'm waiting for opportunities, I've also emailed these teams. I wanted to give them my services for free, voluntarily. Say, okay, can I come and be a head coach of your DDC team or GDL team, just to be there. See the expertise, or maybe how are they doing things, so that I can take that back to my team. Because of now, it's a challenge for a coach to go and coach Kaizer Chiefs if you didn't play there. It's a challenge for me to go and coach SuperSport if maybe I didn't, or maybe they didn't even know my name. So it's a challenge. Yeah, it's a challenge. We are not heading anywhere, because if you see a talented player, give him opportunity. If you see a talented coach, give him opportunity. Then as a country will go somewhere.
It's hard to maintain and sustain a team on the grassroots level. How do you keep the fires burning, especially for Pimville Football Club? How do you keep the boat afloat?
That's very difficult, my father.
Yes.
It's very difficult and emotional, because for me to be here now, I have a car. I bought a car, I think it was last year. I go Uber.
Wow.
I sustain this team, Kachelta Uber, and my daily working, because at Crystal Fountain I'm working as a marketing strategist. So I'm earning, but that money goes to my household. And the team, a team is expensive.
It's expensive.
Yeah, team is expensive. Yeah, it's very, very expensive. But what I did now, I opened up a clubhouse where like every player, they contribute a certain amount for them and for us to pay rent and buy food. Then yeah, it covers only this. But again, it's a challenge, because of you would go to Mpumalanga, these guys, they are playing tournament, you identify a talent. That guy plays there without any shin pads or soccer boots.
Soccer boots, yeah.
And if I see that, should I leave him there?
No, you can't.
No. Meaning, if I leave him there, I'm doing exactly what these coaches in a structured football do. I have to take him. I will feed him with this money from Uber or Bolt. As well. And 6 players, I promoted them to Panorama. 6 players, they were playing GDL.
Okay.
Some because of my financial transport. To go to Panorama a day, you spend 75 rand. So imagine if these guys, they train for 5 days. And they have to compete. You have to compete for your space, for you to be recognized. Go SuperSports school. Understand? So it became a challenge. Only one player lasted, which is Tolani Savangwan, a very good player, that I'm still wishing one day I want to see this guy playing, go PSL.
You are watching Biggie on Sport. We say what they want to say. We are taking the bull by its horns here. We're talking deep issues affecting development in the space of football on the grassroots level with my guest here. And it is very saddened that we do have these challenges, and the challenges are quite dire, as you can see them at the face value. But yeah, this is what makes this platform very different from the rest of the podcast, because we don't talk to yesteryear players, household name players or coaches. We create a platform and grant an opportunity to what we refer to as unsung heroes. Future plans for Pimville United, what are your projections in terms of long-term plans in as far as the club is concerned?
I hope I never get hard about the concert.
Go ahead.
First, I want to see Pimville competing with GDL.
Okay.
But you can ask yourself how many teams from Soweto, Soweto Association playing GDL.
Okay.
Somehow the management, they are closing doors for teams to go and participate, go GDL. Because the reason, it's simple. These boys, they play football because of they want to be somebody one day.
Somebody or change,
yes,
their lives,
lives
or family lives.
Or family lives, be a breadwinner. But if you as an association, you close those doors, and say this is our development league, which is it doesn't have enough recognition of scouts to come. GDL has that. Anyone from Cape Town can watch GDL and say, I like number 17 at Pirates, I like number 17 at Chiefs. Then they give him opportunity to a higher level. But what about these ones? And so my objectives and vision is to expose players and develop them. But I also want to see my team growing, going up. Next year, possible, I want to see maybe competing in SAB, not going there to add numbers, but going there to compete and play playoffs. From playoffs, go there to play Motsepe. After Motsepe, go to Motsepe Championship. From there, go PSL for first team. But juniors, I want them to go to play GDL because of that's where they will get more recognition and matoleli, yeah. And again, I think in terms of marketing, teams, they should take that very serious. You cannot have a good player and say it's a good player, but you don't have where you're recording, or you should have more tools that are monitoring performance of players, development of players. How many teams that are run by that? Only few. Why? Because of there's no capacitation. For SAFA to have a good development, they have to capacitate. They have to come or send officers to the ground level and say, okay, these are the challenges. How best can we come and solve these challenges? Understand? Yeah.
You seem to have a strong mental fortitude, despite the fact that you guys are experiencing challenges in as far as development on the ground is concerned, the acquirement or acquiring of resources and so forth. How would you advise or encourage most of your counterparts who are going through all these challenges out there, who are starting to contemplate the thought of giving up?
Number one, people should not be jealous.
Okay.
People should not try to prove a point, but to improve themselves.
Okay.
When I got to this space, most of the coaches and chairmen, they were very intimidated, but that didn't shake me. Why? Because I'm here to improve the standard of South Africa. I'm not doing this for Pimville. I'm doing this for South Africa. As you can see this, we want to see this team dominating go Africa, in Africa.
In the continent.
So most of the teams, abatandani, club owners, abatandani, just to come together and say, okay, coach, how are you doing? How are you doing your sessions, running your sessions, or maybe your thought on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No, we hardly do that. But since I came, okay, we suggested that every Saturday as coaches, we should come together and share our challenges. If maybe you have experienced that, that's where you can say, okay, by the time I was experiencing that, this is what I did, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then we were able to assist. So, but if you have jealousy, you cannot take that, or you cannot even support that movement and say, as black coaches, let's come together and be one. Remember, if a player from your club goes to PSL, as Pimvillians, we won.
Yes, certainly. Yeah, it's a victory for everyone.
So that's what I've been preaching to coaches. Some of the coaches, maybe the way, the style of play, you start the ball from the back, you're deep two, they come, and they find it difficult to handle that pressure. And now they start to be out. And again, it's because of what? Before I started coaching, I acquired. I wanted to be a knowledgeable coach so that when I teach what is relevant. Teachers, can you take anyone from a street and say, go and be a teacher? You cannot. Teachers go to school and acquire that knowledge. And when they come back to classes, they give learners what is relevant. But if to football, that's what anyone can coach, even if without qualifications. And that's where most of our talented players, they start to go down or not be developed.
As we're about to wrap it up, I want you to speak to the viewers as well as players, management, technical team at Pimville, a football club, and tell them, in fact, your future plans as far as the club is concerned, and maybe thank them for being part of the structure itself for Pimville Football Club.
Yeah. First, I can say I'm very lucky to have employees or members that I have in my structure. You know, we have a coach called Coach Lucky. Coach Lucky Musavala, he's still at Demakaya in Hasokutli. So, Coach Lucky, I appreciate you very much, my coach, because of this structure. Without you is nothing. And Coach Mandla Zulu, who was one of our scouters, go Pimville FC. Most of the players that we have is the one who recruited them. And going back to Coach Andiswa, he's busy with under 13. And that under 13 I saw yesterday at Nike. They were playing against under 17, but we were able to share the ball, doing those passes, more than 20 touches before these under 17 guys they can. I'm happy with your progress so far, Coach. I know you've just recently joined us, but I appreciate you. And the management side, on our board members, Nasi Marumo, Karabelo Marumo, and Giabetu Slava, also Lepalesa Mutswari, and Leshono Kumalo, can we please grow this organization because of we want to see it, maybe if not the next Kaizer Chiefs or Mamelodi Sundowns, we should raise the bar high than they did. Yeah, that's the vision.
Someone who might be watching would like to get advice from you. How can they go about contacting you? What are your socials?
Pimville FC to every social platform. Your Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. Yeah, they can get us there.
We never spoke about the name Lampard. I know the name is coming from Frank Lampard of Chelsea.
When I was still a player, I was shooting from range.
Wow.
Yeah,
just like Frank.
Just like Frank.
Wow.
So they just saw that this guy is Frank Lampard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Diteboho, on that note, thank you so much for making time to come speak to us and give us insight on football in general, but above all on Pimville Football Club.
Yeah.
We thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Well, that's how we come to the end of it for this episode. Thank you so much for taking your time, watching us all the time. Let me take this moment and thank the team behind the scenes, Jimmy, Kuma, as well as Nontlantla, but above all, the technical guys at JD Art 24 Studios with their sterling work of bringing us good quality of sound and pictures. As the viewers at home, please do share, like, but above all, subscribe to all our episodes. Until then, sharp sharp.